Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's back to wreck, ready to wreck your life. And this is Crazy Cam. What up? And we are twin flames.
That is true.
So, I made a video about my experience with it. What's yours? What's it from your perspective?
Well, we kind of figured it out after we had an ego death.
Mm-hmm.
We were speaking telepathically. Still not right to this day after that ego death. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Fucked us up.
I mean, I calmed down a bunch. That ADHD and shit. Yeah, it just like we're so compartmentally that like we just connect without speaking, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like,
and whenever we read each other's thoughts, we can like see each other like talking and can hear each other. But it's not like happening in real time, you know what I mean?
yeah, and then we also, well, I get premonitions every now and then, but like when they do happen, they normally come like in the half of the time, or most of the time, actually not all the time, they're spot on. Like that bad gut feeling like, oh, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't be here. And then bam. And Bex, it's happened before between us.
Yeah, we got pulled over. And she was like, we should go home. We were like, nah. We pulled up into an elementary school.
Yeah, we had to throw a certain drug out.
We threw 7 grams of Blue Dream out the window.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, this is all for informational purposes only. we're making this all up.
No.
No.
Just the being throwing the certain drug out the window, hypothetically. Yeah, just like everyone has a role in life, and I'm more of like the information giver, but all that information is stored, and then it's when time comes, or if it's triggered, it comes to me, and then Bex is my transcriber, writes it all down to pass on to other people, and she becomes the new knowledge holder.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in my last video.
Really?
Yeah, literally spot on.
Yeah, Bex was hypothetically tripping the other day or whatever, right? And she's stuck in the loop, but there's no such thing as the loop, but yet there is. And
because
so
you can create your own reality.
Yeah, and she was stuck in it, and like at first I wanted to see if she can get it out herself or whatever, but she couldn't. So then like she was tweaking or whatever, and like was starting to have a bad trip, and then I'm like, okay, just to let you know, like, and she saw that I had a scab beforehand. I picked it or whatever. I'm like, hey, this is happening right here, right now. Look, there's blood. So it's happening right here, right now, and it broke her out of the non-existent loop. But
when Cam pushed me towards Milo, I created another loop.
Yeah,
but I felt more grounded this time because I knew that it was all in my head.
Yeah, and like it's crazy, and it's hard to get out of, and it's kind of scary because like then like people start getting pissed because they don't want to be in this loop, but yet they are, and like they don't understand that there's such thing as a loop, but there is not such thing as a loop. It's a double negative, I feel like. And like I didn't know that she wrote this stuff down the night before.
I've been writing it down for like a month.
Yeah.
Ever since I had my first ego death with her. And she said, you're the transcriber. And I was like, how do you know that though? You've never seen my notebook.
Yeah, and like it was crazy, and like I went into like depth about like alternate timelines because like she and I just had breakfast. She could have said no to breakfast, but she didn't, and so
we created a new
and
reality.
Like, and we Ouija board and stuff, and like whenever we ask questions like for like the future, we create another alternate timeline because that stuff may not happen now because we have the knowledge of it, but it could at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy, I feel like.
It's all up to our actions and how we live life.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is crazy stuff.
Like, just like, the whole world is crazy.
It really is. And we all play a part in it, and we're all fragments of the universe.
Yeah. And it's like, it's just crazy, because...
And we're just now figuring it out.
Yeah, and another role I have is being the connector. Like, I bring people together.
Mm-hmm.
You can't smoke that, you... Yeah, she's 18.
Yeah.
I just bash at her for size. Anyway, like, I'm the connector of our friend group, I feel like, and I pull people in without even realizing it, and like I can connect with anyone like on a deep level, I feel like, and like I don't want to be like, oh, braggy about it, but it's just like it's one of my strengths. Like I can connect with people.
And it's wild because I was friends with this dude named Flynn in middle school. She knew him like a while before I did, and then once we started hanging out, me and Flynn started hanging out again, and then both her and Flynn knew my current boyfriend, and then we all like started hanging out together.
Yeah,
so I feel like it's destined.
Yeah, we live in a small town where basically everyone kind of knows everyone if you went to school with them or like through friends, and it's pretty cool. You need a lighter?
You help me with a word.
Pretty girls don't like their own cigarette.
Aww.
Okay, this is shit. Use my lighter.
Okay.
I'd like you leave a lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got your lighter back? Oh, that's cringy. We're editing that out.
I can't edit this. Well, I don't have an editing out.
We'll up our skills in a couple years.
Maybe.
And we've been thinking about doing another, like, possibly, like, different channels, but, like, this is, like, I feel like mainly, like, talking about experiences that we had and, like, Ouija boarding, like, and a lot of times we contact my blood relative who, like, died or whatever, and I don't know how we're related, but by blood, because, like, she moved from Indonesia to Germany, and, like, her name is Jen. She's very nice. She gives us like future premonitions, I guess, like future advice, and like most of the time it's true, because like, but since we know of like the knowledge, like sometimes it won't come to truth, and like it's pretty cool, like because we also have Tiana,
which is Jen's girlfriend.
Yep.
They started dating like a month ago.
Yeah. It's pretty cool though. It's like you meet so many different spirits and stuff, and
some stick around. I feel like Jen is one of Cam's spirit guides because it's her ancestor. Yeah,
we contact her through my crystal, whatever, and like I practice Wicca, by the way, just small spells because I'm still new to it, but yeah, like I do protection spells, and like especially like when we're contacting spirits that like we have contacted before that could be negative, it protects us, I feel like, and yeah, like Jen's a protector, and I like that.
And she like brings a very calming, soothing vibe.
Yeah.
Like everyone is just chill as fuck whenever she's around.
Yeah, it's the vibe of like calmness, like it's relaxing and stuff, and like she's there, and like there's like she normally likes to sit next to me or whatever, which is pretty cool. And like if people bash her, I get really protective of her, and like she'll mess with people for like as like pranks or whatever, but like
okay, so our friend Tiara, her car is like completely broken down.
It won't turn on.
It won't turn on. Her window rolled down, and then she was like really fucking spooked, so she came over to Flynn. She was like, we need to like see what's up. We need to see what's up. And so
you guys contacted her on the Ouija board.
Yeah, she was like, I was just pranking y'all, but I was sorry for the spook.
She likes to play with lights. Like when we first met her in the garage and contacted her, she like was just flickering with like the garage light, and like,
they're sensory activated. Yep. So like
that's how
she was there.
Yeah, she likes to spook around Bluetooth. Like she'll disconnect it or like she'll
pause the music.
Yeah,
it's really fucking interesting.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, that's fake. Well,
that's real proof.
It's real proof. Like, and a lot like. When they say, like, the planchette moves on its own, that's true, but also it's more of, like,
they're using
a mind,
your energy.
Yeah, a mind, like, they talk to you, like, through, like, your mind or whatever, and, like, it's, like, you move it to where, like, it's easier for them or whatever, like, you move it in, like, the direction where they'd want it to go. It's, like, a mind thing, like, I say answers before, like, they're moved, and, like, Bex, like, just looks at me, like, what? And, like, it's crazy, but, like, because, like, I'm so connected with Jen and stuff, and it's pretty cool.
It is really interesting.
Yeah, everything.
And they're always hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Like, they're like literally our friends.
Yeah,
but without bodies.
Yeah.
And that makes you believe in like spirituality more, that there's something more beyond, because they're literal like living proof of it.
Yeah, and when we first when we contact spirits at our friend Flynn's house, he lives in an apartment complex, and it's like a supernatural highway pit stop. And, like, there's so many spirits there. Like, at one given point, like, there's at least 30 of them there. And, like, Jen can't see them or, like, see other spirits, but, like, she can feel them out and, like, tell like how many are there, like hypothetically or whatever, but like there are some spirits that she can't see or feel, but they're still there.
They have to be on like the same wavelength.
Yeah,
I think.
like her and Jet.
Their
her and Tiana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they're together now in the afterlife or whatever, which is pretty cool. We helped one spirit move down, right? Darwin.
It was Horace.
Horace, yeah, Horace.
Our gay ghost friend.
Yeah.
Who was killed in the 1950s from a hate crime because he was gay.
In California, right? I think so.
Think,
yeah. But it's pretty cool though, just like contacting different spirits from different times, and it's like
also I brought my notebook and I document all the things that we learn about them.
Yeah, and now whenever we do drugs, hypothetically, we're gonna write down stuff like that, like what makes the loop, and like what is like a trigger to restarting the new loop, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, like it's like, whoa, how do I break out when it's not there or existent, but it does exist though.
In your mind, it does.
Yeah.
So her full name is Jennifer Huizinga. She's 5'4". Oh, also Tiana's 5'4".
Oh my gosh.
She's a redhead. She's Indonesian and German.
Yep. And I'm a fourth Indonesian because like my grandpa came here from Indonesia when he was a kid. So like, it's pretty cool.
Died in 1903. Had an abusive father, sexually abusive from what I know. Mother had known about abuse, didn't do anything about it. Died at age 15.
She hung herself.
Yeah, died from suicide by the news.
Yep.
Has yet to find peace.
Yeah. But she does she can move on, but yet she chooses not to. I feel like because she's here helping us. Like she's my spirit guide. Honestly, like that's how I think of her and stuff. Like she guides us and like she helps us, protects us and stuff, and it's pretty cool.
And her and Tiana's deaths were pretty similar because Tiana was slipped fentanyl and she was gang raped and she died while that was happening because she was ODing. But yeah, so I feel like that also is something for them to like connect on.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, it's just like, it's crazy though how everything is connected in some way. Like you might not think about it or whatever, and like I go off on tangents and like people are like, how is this connected to something? But like I find like a connection to it. Like whenever like I say like advice or like a story or whatever, like it somehow connects, and it's like
we're all one.
Yeah, literally.
Much. We all have a role to play, and we have a path to go on, and that's why we have spirit guides, so they can lead us towards our destiny.
And people have different roles to help that in life, like, and it's pretty cool because like when
we know our roles,
and
like
we're twin flames,
yeah,
and we were twins in a past life and stuff, and like
we're helping each other grow.
Yeah, and we asked Jen or whatever, like, were we twins in a past life, and she said yeah, and like we were asking what our names were, and I'm like, for Bex's I was like Penelope, and like Jen moved it to Penelope, and like she spelled it out, and it's like, and Bex is like, whoa, like how did you know that? I'm like, I don't know, it just came to me.
Mm-hmm. Cam, like, she knows things that like you wouldn't know unless you were like,
and it's only triggered
yourself,
for like certain times, and like information comes forth, and it's pretty cool.
Right, like it's meant to happen.
Yeah, like we're connected telepathically, and like when we are when we are tripping though, it's like we're so mentally connected like that. Like it's kind of scary, but yet it's pretty awesome. It's an adrenaline rush, and like when we first went into the loop, like it was so intense that like we had to be broken apart for like over half our trip. Like and like it was like right in the peak of it, and it was like, whoa, like what's going on? And
like Cam teaches me how to end it, which is cool. Like she isn't the one to end it, but she gives me the knowledge how she starts it, and then I end it.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, and like the first loop that we were in, like, and we were separated, this kid comes up to me and he's like, I know you're having a bad trip or whatever, but like it might seem like that there's a loop, but there is no loop, but yet there is. So like it's like, whoa. Yeah. Like it takes, like, you have to step back and process that, and like we like started talking after the trip or whatever. Hypothetically we tripped and stuff, like, and it's crazy. Like we just were talking, like, and we'd, like, be remembering stuff from our trip, and it's like, whoa.
Tell me about the ghost that you saw at the shadow.
So, when we were tripping that night or whatever, and I was on a double dip tab of acid, and so was Bex or whatever, and so, like, my house is haunted, right? You know that. And so when we were tripping or whatever, and like and Bex was like having like a vision or whatever of me, and then I had a vision of her, but like I saw past her into my hallway or whatever, like there's a dark figure back there, and then like a couple minutes later, like we got up and moved around or whatever, and Bex went to that same spot literally and like puked, and it was like, whoa, like,
yeah,
it was crazy.
I got this like anxiety rush over me.
Yeah,
and I was really fucking like scared.
Yeah, it's what caused our bad loop trip.
Yeah, and I had a premonition that Cam had bitten her tongue.
Yeah,
and her mouth was bleeding, and I was like, call the ambulance, call the ambulance.
Yeah, and I have a bad habit of biting my lips or whatever, and like the inner lip, like right down here, and like I felt like I was crying, but yet I was not crying at all.
I saw her crying and like calling out for my name and like help me.
Yeah, and we switched personalities that night. Like she took on my boriness, and like I took on like what? Like should I listen? Like and like Bruce had the same thing like with his buddy. Like
really?
But instead they had each other's faces like they were picturing.
It's so weird.
Yeah, and it's like whoa.
It's really weird because
guess what? They didn't talk the whole time, but they were speaking telepathically.
That's his twin flame.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah, connecting.
And like while I was hearing Cam's voice like calling out for help, I felt like my soul like on the bathroom floor.
Yeah.
And I had to force myself to get out of there because I needed to help you.
Yeah.
And then I came to you, you were crying and your mouth was bleeding.
Yeah. And like when you were puking, like I went like up to like the fucking mirror and checked my lip like multiple times. Like I thought I was like going crazy about it, but like and like when I saw there's no like blood or like my lip, I was like, okay, it's not for real, but it could happen. And like luckily it did not happen.
I feel like I went like into the future,
a possible alternate reality,
a possible alternate reality, and I saw you. And I stopped you from doing it because I warned you about it. Yeah, and like I told Milo to keep an eye out on her because I was so concerned. It looked so vivid. Yeah, and when like you went downstairs with Milo, I was chilling with Abby the whole time. She, you know how Abby knows, like she's done acid multiple times, like us, you know. Hypothetically.
And she was hypothetically, and she was not on acid that night. So like she was my trip sitter, I guess. Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's crazy that night.
Yeah, I know.
Like everything is.
They call it the dark night of the soul.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like an ego death. It's when you have like self-realization and stuff.
Like we had an ego
death. We realized ourselves. Yeah. But it took us a while to process the information. Yeah. Because there was so much information to like handle and like comprehend at once. So yeah. It's taking baby steps. And we're still learning. Yeah, like, I didn't realize that I was the connector or whatever until I had that ego death. Like, it made me realize, wow, like, that's my role. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh. And we're growing each and every day. Yeah, like, and we're spreading the knowledge or whatever of it, and it's just like, whoa. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's crazy. And you may not experience it in this lifetime, but, like, you have past lives, you have future lives. Yeah, reincarnation. And I'm not sure. That's how Bex and I are, like, and it's just crazy. It's like literally a couple days after meeting Bex, I went over to her house every day. Like, I basically lived there after school, and it's like we connected so fast, or whatever. Like, and it's crazy. Like, and there's like a sense of familiarity. Yeah. Like there's like it's not like a running joke, but like it's like a feeling. 'Cause like when we first met, Bex Bitmoji was a witch, and on my Bitmoji I had cat ears, so like I'm like her familiar, which is pretty funny. Yeah, it's like little signs like that from the universe, and it's crazy. Oh. Yeah, we saw 11:11 like the time. Yeah, like earlier today while we were chilling and eating hash browns. Yeah, we're at McDonald's. But, oh wait, no, we can't say that. We're at McDonalds. Yeah, McDonalds. Copyright. Yeah, but it's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. Like we sound like for an outside person, like we might sound crazy, but like once you experience it, you'll know. Yeah, it's an eye opener. Yeah, it's definitely an eye opener. Yeah, like it's crazy. Yeah, but I guess we'll go now. See ya, my dudes. See you in the next video. Bye. Wait, vape. Vape.
vape outro. Ready?
Adios.
Adios.